Hey everyone, what's up? We are going to be working on nice little interaction. We're going to do an after delay again, but we can do this in a variety of ways. We're going to work on a new messages little app here. So I just grabbed this from the community really quickly just to showcase how this could work. So definitely play around with it, come up with your own designs if you want, but I will show you how we can simulate what it means, like what it could look like to have like a new message pop up. So let's jump into our prototype. So we have our new message over here. So we are going to have this message pop in and it's just going to kind of fade out. It'll be green. And that's it. So let's jump in. Let's take a look at some of the interactions here. So we have, a custom curve for the animation. And then once again, we just have smart animate easing out for the fade out of the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all these frames. I'm just going to get this main one over here. Okay. And I am going to delete that connection. So let's take a look at our file. So as you can tell, we have our mailing list and it's inside like a fixed frame. Our actual new mail item, I've named it new mail. So that way, I'm not worried about anything else here. They can all remain the same because we're not working on any other interactions on this. We just want to show the interaction of the new message. So we have the new mail item over here. Right now, you can tell just based off its design, it has no opacity and it has no fill. So well, the fill is basically just the gray. Now, what we want to do is we want to move from frame to frame here. So if I take this mail list and I bring it, I don't want to actually change the spacing, but if we bring it down and, we show the opacity here. So we have 100% opacity. That's going to be step one. And we are actually going to change this background color to something like a green. So let's just grab something really quickly. Just something like really faint. We can do something like that. So we have a green. So that's going to be the first step of our interaction. So we can actually start prototyping if we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select the whole frame. That's the only way to basically use an after delay trigger, because we can either do two things here. We can, pull and we have like a loader that's a little bit more advanced, but we can also do like an after delay, like somebody's looking at their messages and it happens to pop up. So we have an after delay. So we can probably set this to like 500 milliseconds. And then we had a smart animation. Now we can specify the curve over here. So we had a bouncy version. And we can see what that looks like. Let's actually jump in. So I'm going to call this our new message V2. And let's see what that looks like. So, oh, wow, that's intense. Let's look at the original. This one's like, whoa, that's a little bit too much. And we can actually customize these curves a bit. So we can customize that spring. We can make this animation last like longer, we can bring it down a bit so it's not so springy, something like that. And so that's more in line with like, basically, I think I almost hit it right on the nail on the head over here. So we can customize like the stiffness, the dampening and the actual mass, but we can tighten that up a bit, bring it in, let's see. So that's nice. I'm going to keep it like just as is. The next frame though, we need to change the film here. So I'm going to select the frame there and I'm going to copy it, so that way everything is exactly the same. I don't want to like recreate it. I'm going to get into this little item here and I'm going to go for the fill here. And I'm just going to make sure that the fill is exactly the same as everything else. So I'm just going to grab the color picker and do that. And then what we can do, once again, we can have it trigger so that way, after delay, we can, instead of that custom spring, we just want it to be really subtle. So we can give it like maybe half a second, or maybe we can give it a full second, just so people know that, hey, there's a new message here. And then we can ease it out. So let's try it again. There you go. That's how you can create some pretty cool after delay triggers with like a new messages app.